Hello and welcome. It is about a week out from Valentine's Day, and whether you celebrate it, whether or not you celebrate Galentine's Day, Halloween, or you just do nothing, if you like a little bit spooky, a little bit of subverting holiday fun, this might be the video for you. A couple years ago, I made this outfit, the bleeding missing heart. I love this outfit, and I was thinking about wearing it for whatever we ended up doing for our Valentine's date. But then I saw, okay, this is gonna date me a little bit, but the Blade movie where they have the rave and it's bleeding rain, the bloodbath rave, they're holding one of those where I live. And so I told my husband, I don't want fancy dinner. I don't want flowers or candy. I want to go to a vampire rave. And so he bought the tickets, and that is what we're doing. Now, this would obviously fit in just fine, but I put so many hours of work into beading this, I don't want to risk ruining it. So we're going to make a new outfit for this event. Now, like, off the top of your head, you might think, oh, Blade, you know, like black leather and stuff like that. However, if you watch the club scene, a ton of people are wearing white, and even in the rave description, they encourage you to wear white so that, like, it really shows when you start, like, having, like, the blood rain. So that's what we're doing. We are doing white and red themed outfits. Now, first let me show you my husband's outfit, because his was ridiculously simple. We went thrifting, we went peeling through clearance racks, because like I said, if we're going to ruin clothes, we don't want to spend a bunch of money on it. And you know me, I'm kind of a thrifty sort of girl. I don't want to spend a bunch of money regardless. But his is pretty simple. We've got a white cotton shirt, and that was one of the requirements, was it needed to be a type of fabric that will stain. I wanted to show the raving that we did. I don't want it to just wash clean, which a lot of like polyesters and stuff, it'll wash out. It might stain it, but like in the ugly sort of way. White button down, easy. We found him a red tank top, which he's gonna wear underneath, so that pop-up color, love that. And we even found, while thrifting, a pair of red shoes. They need a good scrubbing, but they were the right size, and I just think it's a fun little thing to do with this theming. And then I think he's just going to wear some jeans that he doesn't mind ruining. So that's his outfit. Mine's a little more complicated because a lot of women's clothing is made with polyester fabrics, with fabrics that just aren't going to take to that coloring. So I'm going to have to get a little creative, do my favorite thing, which, you know, Frankensteining, putting things together. You know I love a sewing project. So I've got a few things to work with here. The first thing is this white skirt. And I don't know, this is, I think, just a knit, but this is cotton fabric, so this is perfect. And then I've got, I might use this, I haven't fully decided because it is, I know it's hard to tell in this lighting, but it is just slightly off-white. I'm gonna see if I can put it through a bleach bath to get it just a little bit whiter. This one I found thrifting. It may have been one of the colors of the day, I don't remember, but it's just a simple little tank top. But I'm not much of a tank top girly at the moment, so I also grabbed this shirt that I'm going to steal the sleeves from. I don't think I'm going to use the shirt as it is. I need to look up the fabric because I have no idea what viscose is. I don't know, it's not a fabric I'm entirely familiar with, And I'm not sure if it's going to take dye or not. I could do a little research. If that shirt is not going to work out and this does turn out to be a dyeable fabric, maybe we will just run with this. I don't know. Regardless, I like the sleeves, so we're definitely at least going to scavenge those off of there. So that's the outfit itself. The funner part for me was finding some accessories. I got a purse and a pair of shoes, and look at this. Oh my gosh. This is so not something that I would see myself picking up, but I saw it and I was like, that's it. That's what I want to bring to the rave with me. It's big, but it's not like huge. There's like no pockets in it. It's not extremely like functional as far as like what I need a purse to do, but it's plasticky and it's red, which means that I don't have to worry about it getting ruined, and it fits the vibe of the outfit. So we got that. The other thing I got, are you ready? I don't think you're ready. Are these shoes? Yes, they're like chartreuse, but I'm going to paint these. They're going to get a redesign. I loved the shape. I love the fact that the heel is not super tall, but it is also pretty thick, because if it's going to be draining blood, I'm assuming that there's going to be some slipperiness on the floor. So I didn't want like super pointy or super tall heels and be risking my neck. That would not be a fun date. No one wants to end up in the ER during a date. So yes, these are going to get reworked to fit in with the rest of the outfit. So those are our construction materials. Now I've got to throw this into a bleach bath, and we're gonna go from there. Relax in peace. Okay, so it's a couple days later and I have a bit of a cold, but time waits for no crafter with a hard set deadline. So we're gonna keep on keeping on. I have already bleached the shirt, and while it's subtle, it really did make that difference for getting it a little bit brighter and closer to the skirt part of the dress. So we're going to proceed forward with this option for the top. And as I'm sure many crafters do, I was obsessively thinking about the project while I was trying to go to sleep at one point. And I thought, I know I got this to take the sleeves from, but I think I'm going to save this for something else. And since I'm cropping the bottom of this, I think what I'm going to try and do is see if I can get maybe like, even if it's just like a short little cap sleeve out of it, and then I can use that lace that's on the bottom of the shirt is like the trim of the sleeve itself. That way like the whole shirt is pretty much still getting used in this project. Because originally I was going to see if I could pick out the lace and like put it around the waistline or something, but it's a lot of stitching in there. So yes, I think that's my new plan. Cannibalize the bottom of the shirt into sleeves. And then to put it together, I'm going to try a super simple way first, because that is knit and this is on a knit waistband. What I want to see if I can do is just cut it super close to where the fabrics meet, and then use that to stitch the two together, that spot, and see if I can just make it a pull over the headdress. I believe that the stitching on my serger machine should be stretchy enough, and if I can't, then I'm simply going to cut it down the middle of the back and add a zipper. No big deal, but like I said, I thought I'd try to do it the easy way first and save myself some time. So that is the current plan. What I'm going to do is go put this on, measure how far down. I think I want it like about there to crop. But I want to get a specific measurement, and that way I can measure it all the way up with a ruler to get a nice even line. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and bring you back for actually putting it together. here is what we've got now. I was able to put it on over my head, so that's going to save me a whole bunch of time not needing to add a zipper, which is great, but it also means it's not very fitted or flattering in the waist. I think I have an easy solution. Let's pop on a belt real quick and see what it looks like. All right, I like this much better. It is much more flattering, even just that tiny bit of cinch in. But instead of a belt, particularly instead of a black belt, I think I'm going to see if I have any red fabric and make a sash to go around the middle. And I think that red color is really gonna add like a great pop of color. It'll tie in the purse and the shoes and whatever other accessories I come up with, and it's gonna break up this big block of white, because admittedly, white is not my favorite color on me. Surprise, surprise. But yes, red fabric for a sash. And then the other thing I need to grab is like a pattern for sleeves. I don't need the whole sleeve. I just want to get that like bell shape that's at the top to make sure that I get it right, because I only have one try, so if I mess it up, I have to come up with other sleeves. So we're going to grab fabric, grab a pattern, and finish this up. This is a nice quick project, so I'm really happy about that. All right, so as it turns out, the only pattern that I have with short sleeves on it, like a true short sleeve, is not cut out yet, and that's a can of worms I am not opening. Once I start, I'm not going to be able to stop cutting out until all the pieces are done. However, I'm going to go back to a pattern that I've used many times at this point, it feels like, and it's this guy. It's got long sleeves, but the top part I think I can utilize to just make that shape that attaches to the armhole. So that's what I'm gonna go with for that. Now, as for the like belt sash sort of thing I want to do, I have an idea, and it is based off of an old, very loved belt. Like literally the straps are like falling apart, the poor thing. But I think I'm going to, based off the design, which is that it's essentially just a rectangle that's slightly tapered. And the most important part is that it's like ruched a little bit at the end, just a little bit of gathering. And what I'm going to use for the fabric, I thought about just using like a pillowcase or like just some cotton red fabric, but I didn't have enough of the cotton red, and the pillowcase I don't think is going to have the structure that I need. I have this leftover piece from the tree skirt I made, and I think this is going to be actually quite perfect, because it's one of those like blackout curtains that's got the weird whatever coating on it, and that gives it quite a bit of structure, which I think will be perfect for like a belt. And then what I'll just do is I will cut out a lining and put the two together. Now it's like just long enough to wrap around my waist comfortably. So what I'm gonna do then is, this is actually not like adhered to itself or anything. I'm just gonna cut the end tabs and then the piece that I need to like tie it together from in between the grommets. And this is gonna get truly fully utilized, I think, because really I think all that'll be left is just literal scraps that won't be useful for anything. So I'm excited that I actually kept this and have a use for it. So that is the game plan, and then sewing will be done, which is great because TikTok. So let's get right to it. All right, so happily for me, I keep all my patterns in numerical order. So all I need to do is look at the layout chart, and I need, I believe it's number 9. Yes, the upper sleeve. So I can just flip right to 7, 8, and 9. So what I think I'm going to do is kind of elongate this a little bit and shorten it, so that way I still get the full bell shape, and then maybe just a little flutter to the sleeve. So that's what we're going to do here. And here is how my outfit turned out. I really like it, but it's technically missing something, so I can't call it the final look until after it gets the Carrie treatment at. That was so much fun. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So our old butts are already gone. Well, actually, we hung.
1 a.m. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we hung for a really good amount of time. So now we have tacos, and we're gonna go home and watch Blade 2 because we already watched the first one like a couple days ago now. And I will catch up with you in the morning after the shots have worn off. So we'll do like a full outfit look after the fact. I definitely did not record myself the next day, but I did get some shots of what my outfit ended up looking like. I think doing a white dress was a really fun idea, and I plan on using it as a base to embellish upon in the future. I love going to these sort of events, and I can't wait to do more. I hope you had fun watching and that this video helped you to relax in peace. Thanks for joining me, and see you next time.